What's up, y'all? It's your boy Darnell Jordan, the S-Time Productions. I'm going to wait to get a chance for everybody to kind of get tuned in right now. As you see, I'm live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It's still time to send some data over, so it may take about a minute. This video is a request video by one of the subscribers here by the name of Alex McKoy. I want to first off thanks Alex for the comment and for the questions in the comment section. I also want to thank him for his generous donation that he sent over to the Cash App. If you guys feel inclined and want to feel generous in sending some stuff through the Cash App section, feel free to go into the you can see it down below. It'll come up on the slides. You'll see Cash App. That is, I believe it's D Jordan STP or Darnell Jordan STP. If you guys feel inclined to do that, also follow all of my content. So you know, I'm on all media platforms. You can go to minilink.co/DJ Productions. That will change soon. Like I said before, it's going to be the new site, solo.to/STime Productions. I'm currently now on TikTok. I'm trying to do some content out of TikTok and just sending some stuff out. You can check out a couple things there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. A whole slew of media platforms. You can check out all my stuff with my new albums out. DCR, Destroy, Cleanse, Rebuild. You can check all that stuff out in a little bit. So, just want to take the time and just say thanks to thank you to Alex for the question, and I'm going to do a quick little breakdown of the last video that I showed, which was me going through mixing of the song When the Time Is Right. Real quick, let me just make sure everything's good here. 4444, yes. Weird. All right. So, let's get into it, y'all. All right. So this was by request again, by my man's Alex McKoy, and we're just gonna go straight into it. And let's kind of go through the breakdown of this. So his question was the sample portion of this track. Now, off the jump, I will say this came from a sample pack, a sample pack that was blessed to me, and I was able to kind of capitalize on it. This is 04 Melodic Loops. I believe I got this from, I think this is from a company called Soul Surplus, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to Soul Surplus. They have very, very great loops and content there. But I will give you guys a quick little rundown of it. It's literally nothing extraordinary. This was a pack that came with stems. What I did for this, and we can do a quick little breakdown of this is we'll go through the mixing portion. So here's the loop on its own, and what we'll do is I'm gonna play you the original portion, the original sample of the song, played forward, and then how I kind of just did with playing it backwards and just making a melody behind it. So here is the sample on its own. Oops, sorry, wrong one. So that's the pretty much the sample there. And what I decided to do is we're gonna just do a quick little flip. So we're gonna play it backwards. So what you'll notice is the sample doesn't start usually where I started the beat. So you can hear it. So that's how the beginning of the packet. So what I decided to do at that point was, and you'll see it here, and let's take all the solos out. Let's solo this piece. It technically would start here. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So technically, where this ends is this. Where this section is where it starts. But what I heard was that should have been the last section of the phrase, right? So I knew I wanted something similar to what the original was, right? So, right? But I wanted it to have a different type of flow. So I took the end half of the beginning portion and made it the end, and then shifted things over, and this is what you come up with. So the phrasing I'm hearing is right. So that's the whole phrase that I'm trying to go with when I'm trying to make the beat. So when I made this, I started off again with the sample as a quick breakdown, right? Right. So at that point, all I really did at that section was, number one, I want to take a lot of the low end out because I'm going to make my own bass line behind it. Right. So there's a bass line, and then there's a scoop here just to take out some extra frequencies I didn't need. It's a little bit bright. So now I've taken that out. So at that point, you know, like, I gotta think about the bass line and complementing that. So everything I'm doing with the samples is all layered, right? So this guitar part, for an example, is just right. And this is all the stuff that's in the sample that I'm hearing backwards and trying to make it stand out like it's part of the phrase. So like stuff you probably heard in the other section is now syncopated now because we're playing it differently. So that's just some of the things you got to look into account when you try to play some of these tracks, is that will come into play. So when I go and play it again, right? And again, it's just everything's just playing behind it. So like there was another section in there that we actually didn't add to it. So actually that's part of it, like, so I kept that part of the sample. So let's play the sample again. Right, so that's that pizzicato section that we was talking about earlier. So now if I played that, right, just by itself, but what I decided to take from that was we're gonna keep that. Again, it's all about just adding the full. So the sample is all about adding layers and figuring out what complements it. So between that, the bass line and the guitar line, all it is just to put emphasis on what I'm hearing back in reverse that stands out to me, that I'm bringing out into the forefront. So again, some of the other parts in here, right? For an example, here's this bell. Boom. Again, it's all about adding kind of like drum atmosphere, drum feels. As me being a drummer, that's kind of what I aim for when I try to make certain parts of the beat. So, you know, things that I do on these are intentional. They are intentional. And pretty much it's just. So again, here's the boom. So here's a loop from the Present sample, right? So that's just a melodic loop that came from Studio One itself, and it's trying to make it stand out. Now, if I were to take this. Now I'm taking some of the low end out, which really isn't much. Boom, boom, bah. Simple drum beat. Boom, boom, bah. Dun, dun, bah. Boom, boom, bah. Boom, boom, bah. Boom, boom, bah. Boom, 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 right? And it's all just a real shaker feel, right? And adding some modern touch with the 30-second note hi-hats. This was something I recently, so this piano part, let's talk about this real quick. So I added this beat delay along with the Pro EQ from last session, mainly because I needed something to kind of fill in some space. There was a gap in there that was kind of just way too dry, and I wanted something to fill in that space. So that's where that piano delay comes in. And again, everything else kind of comes into play. Like I said, very simple beat to my standards, but it was just all about just finding things that complement the track. because the main thing I want to do is if I ever take this sample out, which I mainly kind of do when I put the auto filter in, and try to just give it like just a filtered vibe, and take some cut off in some of the frequencies. Mainly I do that so that I can pretty much like this is my verse section, so I don't really need all the guitar parts because that's more my chorus. So all of that just so I can have something to complement it when I go to the verse, and then when the chorus comes in, all comes together. So again, all of that comes into play at the end of the day and just trying to figure out what parts complement each other when making the beat. So that's pretty much it. I spent 20 minutes of time on this, but basically the whole purpose of this was just kind of doing a quick breakdown of how we did the beat, how we kind of ran everything, and what was the main kind of just the main purpose. Again, shout outs to my man Alex McKoy for the question and leaving comments. Guys, if you got stuff you want me to explain or stuff you want me to break down, leave them in the comment section. I'm always reading my comment section. You also can follow me on my email. That's djstimproductions@gmail.com. No, I am not a disc jockey. It's just my initials. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Check out all my stuff on my music, on all music platforms. Going by my name itself, Darnell Jordan. And hopefully you guys got some more stuff. I got some more stuff coming along the way. If you guys got any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and speak everything into existence. Invest, involve, and evolve. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all soon.